I want to talk to you now for another friend of yours, the Turkish president, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, and the relations between the Turkish government and the EU, Turkey and Greece and Cyprus and France, didn't improve, let's say. Even they escalated too much during this last year. But on the other hand, Europe didn't do much to really deter Erdogan from doing these things. Sanctions were not implemented on Turkey. Is this a wrong move by the European side?
You know, I'm not a fan of sanctions because they are never leading to positive results. They are increasing and badly increasing the general atmosphere between the European Union, European countries and those concerned by the sanctions. So I'm not a fan of that. I'm a fan of deepening the dialogue, and there I have to say, having been a friend of Erdogan, that things went worse and worse. Back in '97, when I was president of the European Council in this rotating system of presidencies, Turkey was a candidate for membership, and I refused that, saying that the country practicing torture has no place around the European table, which led to a major crisis. But if you want to have a real security architecture in Europe, you have to include Turkey and Russia, by the way, into that recomposition of the European security map. But Turkey is not a future member of the European Union. Turkey is behaving like someone who doesn't want to become a member of the European Union. I was saying several times to Erdogan, you don't want to become a member of the European Union because the weight you have to have on your shoulders being a member of the European Union, human rights, rights of minorities, things like that, are too heavy for you, and you want to blame the European Union for closing the door to Turkey. Turkey has to improve its case, not the European Union. And like it is now, Turkey will never become a member of the European Union, and the way Turkey is behaving in the Mediterranean, when it comes to Greece, when it comes to my Cypriot friends, is not acceptable. We, as a European Union, have to be together with our Greek and Cypriot friends.
How should Europe treat Turkey? Because so far, Greece or Cyprus, also France, are asking for sanctions. You said you're not in favor of that.
No.
But how? What
I'm not against,
should they do?
but I'm not in favor, because I don't think that sanctions will help. I would never, and I never did, oppose sanctions towards Turkey. But I don't think that sanctions are helpful. We have to explain to our Turkish friends, and they are allies in NATO together with Greece, not with Cyprus, but together with Greece, that not only is their behavior against their European ambitions, but also against the Western alliance. Allies should not behave that way around.
Are you disappointed by some member states, including Germany or Spain or Italy, that are too much, too close to Turkey, or they have interests, economic interests or other kind of thoughts? And I will ask you directly, did Erdogan divide actually the European Union in that?
No. The European Union is divided without the influence of Erdogan. We have to explain to Turkey, sanctions or not sanctions, that if they are continuing that way around, there is no open door to Europe. I have noted in recent weeks that Turkey now is given the impression to come back to a more normal attitude towards the European Union.
Are you convinced?
Am I convinced? I'm interested. To be seen.
To be seen. Okay, when it comes to Cyprus, I remember you back in 2017 saying that this is the last chance for a
Yeah.
solution to the Cyprus dispute. And now we see that there are some movements of new talks. What do you think about that? Is there a real momentum now?
I am really disappointed by Cyprus and by the others, but mainly by Cyprus, because one of my ambitions was to bring this dramatic disunion on the Cypriot island to an end in trying to bring these different parties together. I had so many common and separated meetings with President Anastasiadis and the leader of the Turkish community, Mustafa Akinci, yes. And I was very hopeful. I went to Cyprus. I talked to Erdogan. Erdogan was more or less ready to take a step. I always explained to Erdogan, you are the biggest part in this game. And it's not a game.
Yeah.
It's a real conflict. And you have to make a major step towards Cyprus. And suddenly all these efforts, I was in Geneva and our people were in Switzerland, elsewhere, then suddenly it broke down. And I was really disappointed because I thought that now is the time for the final solution in a non-historic sense of the word, but to a definite arrangement between north and south of this courageous Cypriot people.
Who is to blame for this failure in the end?
The two of them.
Where did they stop? What is the ending point?
A lack of courage. And there and there. My observation was the experience and older people in the south, they would like this island the two parts of the island to come together. The younger generations, they are losing interest in this Cypriot question because they were born after the events, they were born after the occupation by Turkey, which is totally illegal by international law of the north of the country, but they are used to it. So I'm disappointed.
Is this?
They had all the chances in their hands. They had the support of the European Union. They had the help of the United Nations, and they failed, both of them.
So don't you think that this energy factor, this natural resources factor could push?
That's
no.
Complicating everything.
Could push and maybe for a solution.
But I mean, Turkey is wrong. Turkey has no right to have these drillings in this part of the Mediterranean Sea. That's Cyprus. And we were making it clear and clearer to Turkey that they are wrong, and they are wrong.
But is Cyprus and Greece on this part, on this issue, alone in the EU?
No, they are not alone. No, they are not alone. Because they are right. And they have the international law and the history of the region and of their countries on their side. So anyway, I'm not objective when it comes to Greece, because I love this country, but independently from a deep love for the Greeks and Greece, they are right. And the European Union should never take a different attitude. We have to condemn the Turkish behavior in this part of the Mediterranean.
Mm-hmm. President, thank you very much for this interview.
No, it was my pleasure.
It was very, very interesting,
Yeah.
as usual.
I love Greece and Cyprus.